Yesterday's mistakes don't have to define today's decisions. As long as there's breath in your body, there's still purpose for your life. God was growing me before he was promoting me. Good morning, Dame fam. Welcome back to another episode of Morning Inspiration with Dame. Yours truly here. Yes. So thank you for spending part of your morning with me. Really do appreciate it. All right. So now before the world starts pulling on you, let's, reset our minds, reset our hearts, and reset our focus. All right. Now this week we have been growing together, haven't we? Because on Monday we learned to bloom where God has planted us. And yesterday we learned to let go of what we can't control. Now, today, I want to remind you of something that's easy to overlook. And today's message is called Celebrate Small Wins. Celebrate small wins. Now, we live in a world that celebrates, the big moments. Graduations, promotions, new homes, business launches, awards, and the list goes on and on, right? Now, those milestones deserve to be celebrated, am I right? But what about the victories nobody else sees, right? What about the days you choose to keep going when quitting would have been easier? What about the mornings you got out of bed, even though life felt heavy? And what about the quiet prayers, the healed relationships, the heavier habits, the moments you choose peace over panic? Now, those are victories too, you guys. They are. Now, I'll be honest with you. There have been seasons where I overlooked my own growth because I was too busy comparing my journey to someone else. Yeah. Now, I thought progress had to be dramatic, right? I believe success meant arriving. But God slowly changed my perspective. He did. And he reminded me that growth usually happens in the ordinary. One faithful decision, one prayer, one healthy habit, one act of kindness, and one day at a time, you guys. That's right. That's why I love Zechariah 4:10 so much, you guys. And it reads, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoiced to see the work begin." I'm going to say it again. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoiced to see the work begin. So I want you guys to think about that. Think about that for just a second, because God rejoices when the work begins, right? Not just when it's finished. He rejoices when the work begins. Now that tells me that he values faithfulness more than a perfection. Yeah, because he does not want for us to be perfect, guys, because none of us, we are not perfect. The only one who's perfect is God. None of us humans are not perfect. Sometimes we become discouraged because we're not where we want to be. But what if you're exactly where you need to be for this particular season that you are in right now? Just think about that for a moment. Just marinate on that for just a second. What if the patience you're developing today is preparing you for tomorrow's opportunity? Let that sit. And what if your consistency is the miracle? Let that sit as well. Because looking back over my own life, you guys, I have realized that some of my greatest growth didn't happen overnight. It didn't. It happened through the small, you guys, small repeated choices in my own life. Choosing to spend time with God, choosing to read another chapter, choosing to protect my peace, choosing to forgive, choosing to rest, choosing to believe that God was still working, even when I couldn't see immediate results. That's right, you guys, because God is always working. I want you guys to know that right now. God is always working through us. He's working through us. He is through us. Now, those choices didn't seem life-changing in the moment, but over time, they changed me for the better. And maybe that's where you are today, you guys. You may not have reached your biggest goal yet, but you're wiser, right? You're stronger. You're more resilient. You're growing. And I want you guys, don't rob yourself of joy by refusing to acknowledge your progress. Did you hear me? Don't rob yourself of joy by refusing to acknowledge your progress. Not nobody else's progress, but your progress. Yeah. Yeah, celebrate where God has brought you because he has brought you a mighty good way. He has. He has. Thank Him for every lesson. For every lesson, you guys. Thank Him for every answered prayer. Thank Him for every closed door that protected you. Yes. And celebrate. I want you guys to celebrate the small wins because the small wins, they ought to be celebrated. As well as with, the big accomplishment, they ought to be celebrated. Thank Him for every answered prayer. Thank Him for every closed door that protected you. Celebrate the small wins because they eventually become the big testimony of your life. They do. They do, you guys. Now, here's today's challenge for y'all. So, I want you to grab your phone, either your phone, you guys, or your notebook. I want you guys to write down 3 ways you have grown this month, one challenge you have overcome, and one thing you're proud of yourself for. Mm-hmm. 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 Then thank God for each one of those, you guys. Don't wait until you have made it to celebrate. Celebrate that you're becoming the person that God has created you to be, right? Yes. Yes. And with that, thank you for joining me for another more inspiration with Dame. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if today's message encouraged you, send it to someone who needs to be reminded that their progress matters. Their progress matters, you guys. So don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Now join the Dame fam where we're growing together one morning, one message, and one step of faith at a time, you guys. That's right. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of somebody else. Keep trusting God, growing, believing, and remember the small victories you celebrate today become the testimony you share tomorrow. Be blessed, y'all.